Trying to navigate Google Shopping ads for the first time? Don't stress. In this video, I'll walk you through every step of how to set up a Google Shopping ads campaign. By following this guide, you'll ensure that you can set up your Google ads properly and avoid making critical mistakes at the early stages, which could cost you precious time and money. At Ad People, we've been setting up Google Shopping campaigns for businesses for years. It's our speciality, so we know what to look out for. For example, some things aren't always clear when you're just starting out. We'll also share one absolutely crucial thing that business owners often miss, that we always address with our clients. So the first thing we're going to do is go onto our Google Ads account. Now you can see here the campaign overview along with all of your current existing campaigns. The first thing that we're going to do to create a shopping campaign is click the blue plus icon over here and then click New Campaign. Then you want to find out what your campaign objective is. For the purpose of a shopping campaign, it's always best to start with just sales. Scroll down, and these are your conversion goals. What you want to do is make sure that you're prioritizing the correct conversion goal for each campaign. Because we're trying to drive revenue, the main conversion goal that we're looking for is purchases. So phone call leads, as you can see here, isn't necessary. So remove phone call leads goal. You may sometimes have more conversion goals on your screen. Try and find out the correct one for you. And then click continue, scroll down, and then these are all of the different campaign types that are available on Google Ads. You have search, performance max, display, shopping, video, and demand gen. Click on shopping and then scroll down. In order to introduce products into your shopping ads, you need to be connected to a GMC account. So once you've done that, you should be able to find it here in the drop-down list under Add Products to this campaign. Select your Merchant Center account, then scroll down. Google will always suggest that you create a Performance Max campaign as opposed to a shopping campaign. And while it is useful to have a Performance Max, if you're just starting out, it's better to control your own bids. So we're going to click Standard Shopping Campaign. Then click Continue. Now, enter your campaign name. For this one, we're going to call it AP Shopping Catch All. Catch-all essentially means every product that you have. Now, when it comes to selecting your bidding, you have multiple bidding strategies that you can use. You have target ROAS, maximize clicks, and manual CPC in this view right here. For the purpose of wanting to manually adjust our own bids, it's best to stick with manual CPC. So click that, and then set your average daily budget for this campaign. This is how much the campaign is going to be spending on any given day. For this one, we're going to set £35 for a daily budget. Now, sometimes a campaign may spend the full amount, sometimes it may not spend the entire amount. Google can sometimes spend a little bit over that if it can identify that there is a potential sale to be gained. And then set your campaign priority. If you only have one shopping campaign, you can just leave it at the low priority. Otherwise, if you have a catch-all or you have a hero products, as in products that you really want to push, ones that may have a higher profit margin, then you may want to select a higher priority. So the next stage here is whether we want to target the search network. Generally, what I tend to do, especially when creating a new shopping campaign, is turn this off. You can always include it later on, but the reason that we pause it for now is just so that we can maximize the amount of budget for where we know we want our ads to show. Now, select your location. For this one, you can either target the UK, you can target all countries and territories, or you can choose a different location. Make sure that after you've selected the location that you want to advertise to, click on Location Options, and you'll see two sections here. You can target presence or interest, or you can target just presence. Presence or interest usually means that if somebody is interested in your location without necessarily living there, they may see the ad. So if you want to avoid that, click Presence. Start and end date is when you can start your campaign and then automatically have it end after a certain date. I usually tend to just leave the end date as not set to keep the campaigns running. But then I can always go back to pause it at a later point in time. Okay, so now we're going to create our ad group. So let's come up with an ad group name. For this one, I'm just going to call it Catch All. And then this is where you set your default bid. Don't worry, because we can always change this later for individual products or for the entire ad group. For most shopping campaigns, we usually tend to start at just 35 pence. So let's go ahead and put that in there and then create your campaign. And there you have it. You have your campaign built. Now, the first thing I always do before I let this campaign run is just pause it once again, because there's a few other settings that I want to add to it. So first and foremost, the ads campaigns takes you onto the product groups. So product group is where you will find all of the products that you want to advertise. So the first thing that we want to do is hover over all products, as you can see here, and then click the plus icon which says add subdivision. Click on that. So now you're taken to this screen where you can break down your products by product type, by individual products, or so on and so forth. Sometimes you can add custom labels, but in this case, I'm just going to set it to product type. Now, even though I'm going to be including all of these products, I still like to have a breakdown so that I can see how each product group is performing. For instance, if one of my product groups has a higher average order value, I want to focus certain types of bids on that one compared to something with a lower price point. So we're going to just select all of our products in this section here, and then you can continue to edit bids. I usually like to edit my bids out of this screen, so I click Save without editing bids. And now you can see that the product group is now broken down into different product types, each one with their own individual CPC. You can hover over each other product type. You'll just see here that everything is paused because the campaign is paused. So now you can set multiple product bids depending on the type of product that you have. So let's say in this particular case, we have one product group with a high average order value. So I wouldn't mind it bidding slightly higher for it because the value is going to be much greater. So I'm going to set this one to 45 pence. And then you can save like that. If you come across a product group that you don't want to advertise through this campaign, you can always just pause it by clicking the edit button here and clicking exclude, or by selecting multiple products and then clicking edit at the top of the blue bar here and then exclude. You can also change bids from multiple product groups by doing the same function here, as you can see. Now, before we set the campaign ready to go, there's still a few other things that we need to take care of. The first thing that we want to do is make sure that we add our negative keywords, such as keywords that we do not want our ads to show for. I'm going to go into the negative keyword section here and then click this blue button at the top. Negative keywords are very important for maximizing the efficiency of your ads and also just making sure that they appear as relevant as possible. We've already done another video on negative keywords, so please be sure to check that out. So for this one, we already have a negative keyword list that we ad people use. So we're just going to go ahead and click on this one. So this is the AP negatives. And then we click save. And there you have it. Now the next thing that we do is add all of the relevant audiences. By adding our audience segments, we can then observe as well as optimize the types of audiences that we want our ads to appear in front of. So if you click add audience segments here, you can choose whether you want to edit audience segments for the campaign, on a campaign level, or from an ad group level. I'm just going to choose it as a campaign level. So you have two options here. You can use the targeting option, which narrows the reach of your campaigns to only the audiences that you select, or you can do observation. I prefer to use the observation because it allows me to cast a wide net and then decide to remove audiences at a later point in time depending on how they convert. So in this section here, you'll see the different types of audiences that may show up. Google usually recommends certain audiences based on what your products are. For this one, I usually just like to select all. Now you should see it appear on the right side of the screen here. Just click save, and then it'll take you back into the main view. The next thing to do is check your settings of your campaigns. You want to make sure that your conversion goals are set to the correct conversions. As we touched on previously, if you did miss it in that first initial part, you can find it here. You can also rename your campaign if you ever decide to on this screen. And you can also change the campaign priority if you do decide to switch the priority at a later point. So the next thing I'm going to take you through is the ad schedule. And by doing this, you just scroll all the way down here on this menu, click ad schedule. Now here your ads will appear on default 24/7. I always like to be specific in certain sections. Say for instance, I only want my ads to appear from 7 to 11 on weekends. I can go here and then add Monday to Friday and then Saturday to Sunday. For Monday to Friday, we're still going to leave it on 24 hours. But for Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to have this set to start at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm going to set it to end at 11 o'clock at night. Now press save. And you can see here that your ads will be showing 24 hours Monday through Friday, and then 7 to 11 Saturday through Sunday. Now go to your locations. Now, as you can see here, we're targeting the entirety of the UK. So what you can do is you can break down your locations by the cities if you want to make bid adjustments. Because this is a brand new campaign, it's not going to be showing any cities just yet until we've started serving ads towards it. So you may remember that I said at the beginning of the video that there is one crucial element that some people can often miss when they're creating a shopping ads campaign. Well, here it is. So when you look at device breakdowns on a shopping campaign, what often tends to be the case is that mobile is the highest spending and then also the highest converting. You'll sometimes find that computers tend to not spend as much as mobile, but can sometimes have a higher conversion rate. Tablets, on the other hand, may spend the least, but then they also don't tend to convert that well. So I often start all of my shopping campaigns by putting a negative bid adjustment on tablet devices. So click onto the devices section here, hover over the tablets bid adjustments, and then just decrease. I usually put it at about 50%, and then save. Okay, so that is your campaign now set up and ready to go. Now all you need to do is just click on the top left here, where you see paused. Now just press enable. And there you have it. Your shopping campaign is now live and will start serving ads. I hope you learned more about how to set up a Google Shopping Ads campaign. So why not give it a go? You can refer back to this video to assist you. Or, if you do need any further help, we'll be more than happy to speak to you. Just comment below if you have any questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on a mission to get 1,000 subscribers, so every one of you count. See you in the next video.